Hey guys, it's Sammy. Today I am going to be showing you guys my tips and tricks and advice on planning a Sweet 16. If you guys have not seen my birthday haul for my Sweet 16 or my car tour, which were my most requested videos during this whole Sweet 16 process, I will link them each right here and you guys can check them out. Also, if you guys do not already know, I am hosting a giveaway for a $75 gift card, so the video to that will be linked right here. But I just uploaded it, and let me tell you guys that you guys are amazing. The comments that you guys are leaving and giving likes and stuff, it's just so sweet and it's making my day, so I'm such in a good mood. I don't even think that's English, but you know, I'm in a really good mood, so yeah. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, so thank you guys very, very much. If you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe down below because I really want to hit my goal of 3,000 subscribers by the end of summer. So just hit that subscribe button. It's free and free stuff is fun, so just hit that. If you guys enjoy this video and want to see more advice, kind of tip videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, since this video is going to be super long, as I can already tell, let's just hop into it. My Sweet 16 was planned in probably 5 months, and I highly suggest you give yourself more time. I gave myself 5 months, which was truthfully not enough time. I mean, I did have an amazing Sweet 16 and I couldn't have asked for a better one, but it would have been a lot less hectic if I would have given myself an extra 3 months. I'm going to go through every little thing that I went through in order to plan my Sweet 16. I'll show pictures and it'll just be a lot of fun. So let's just hop in. Let's get started with the first thing. I would say before you even think about having a Sweet 16, you need to plan a budget. I'm not going to tell you guys what my budget was just because that's kind of personal. Really, it's up to you of what you want your budget to be and what your family can afford and everything. But budgets are very important because let's say you want to spend $3,000 on a Sweet 16. You need to leave at least an extra $1,500 available because trust me, you will go over. I have seen, I think, 3 Sweet 16 advice videos and every single one has said that you will go over your budget. So make sure you guys let your parents know, like, hey, Sam said. But just make sure that you guys plan to go over your budget because I promise you 99% of the time you will go over. Okay, so next you need to pick a date and a venue. Dates are very important because you need to make sure that there's no holiday getting involved. If you want people that celebrate holidays, you have to make sure it's not around any holidays and it's very convenient for your guests. I would say you need to have your venue picked and deposited at least 7 or 6 months in advance to your date because venue is the most important thing. In picking a venue, you need to make sure that it can host as many guests as you would like to have. It's in a convenient location and you're not having people drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to that one location, and that it has your date that you're thinking about in mind. Also, venues are going to ask you if you have a guest estimate in mind and you are going to have to tell them. So I would say that you need to have your guest estimate when you are trying to pick out venues. And I know friends change and family can't come or whatever, but they just want an estimate because you don't need to actually give them the number of people that are actually coming until like 2 weeks ahead. That's what my venue did. Also, venues are gonna ask you guys what theme or what colors you guys would like for your Sweet 16. I did not pick a theme because truthfully, I could not pick one theme that I really wanted my Sweet 16 to be. I am a very outgoing person and I like a lot of things and I really couldn't pick one thing that just wanted that one night to be. So instead I went with colors and I went with like blue and golds and blue and silvers and it turned out really pretty. I would say pick that at least like 4 months ahead because you're going to have to base everything else off of that with centerpieces and goodie bags and your dress and everything like that. Now, your dress. The most important thing we worry about as 16-year-old teenagers who are showing up in front of, you know, a lot of people. I decided to order my dress 2 months before my Sweet 16, and I would say that was pretty reasonable. It did come in like a month ahead, but I just waited to get it altered and stuff because I was dumb and actually never ended up getting it altered. I just wore it as it was. But I would say, to be safe, you should order your dress 3 to 2 months ahead of time, or if you're getting it custom, you're obviously going to have to do it earlier. Dress and colors, I need to preach to you guys. It's very important because if you guys want to have a court, or if you guys want to stand out or something, you need to make sure you let your guests know by invitation, or if you want a VIP like kind of court thing, you have to let them know. I made sure that none of my guests wore my colors, so I made sure they did not wear gold, white, blue. My dress was gold and white, and it was gorgeous. I will link the site I got it from down below. I think it was around like $300 something. It was pretty expensive, but I really loved it, and when I saw it, I was like, that's the one. But I made sure none of my guests wore it. It was 8 of my closest friends, and I had them all wear gold heels like I did, so we kind of like stood out. Also, having to do with like colors and themes, you need to think of linens and napkins and centerpieces. My venue took care of that by having me just pick out what colors I wanted them to be, and then they set it up, and then they set up the tables, and we had to order the centerpieces. So these centerpieces also, I didn't do in a lot of time. I probably got them a month before my Sweet 16. Very hectic and a lot more expensive than what you would have gone in like months ahead. So I ended up getting these centerpieces. I'll show you. They were like glass, and they had like sparkles, and they were gorgeous, but you know, they were expensive, and you can always make your own centerpieces. I would highly suggest that. It's just another thing that takes away from your budget where you could spending that on something else. I would say centerpieces need to be done 2 to 3 months ahead of time. Next on the agenda is food and dessert and stuff like that, our favorite obviously, but this is what the guests probably care about the most, and that is food. So my venue took care of my food because they were a catering company as well, but some venues do not take care of that, and you have to make and do and organize your own catering. So I did, the adults were sit downs and people served them, and then the kids were buffet. The food package that my venue gave also included dessert, so I had a fondue station, and a lot of people were doing that, but I also had a 3-tier cake. Food I know has to be in like 2 weeks before the actual date of your Sweet 16, because that's like the final count of how many guests you're gonna have, and that's how much you're gonna have to end up spending, because that's your final number. But for cake-wise, I ordered mine 2 weeks before my Sweet 16, so late. You definitely need to order like 1 month ahead if you want to get it from a bakery or if you want to get it from Publix. I should have talked about this at the beginning, but invitations are very, very important. After you pick your date and venue and all that stuff, you need to make an invitation. I made my invitation 4 months in advance because you have to send them out 2 months in advance to your actual date. So I actually got mine made. You can obviously make them yourself. It probably saves a lot of money, but since I had around 150 invitations that I was sending out, I was definitely not gonna make them myself. Next up, for a Sweet 16 or a party, you have to have a DJ and you have to have music. I found my DJ through my venue, and the DJ was awesome. You have to make sure that you plan your DJ like at least 2 or 3 months ahead of time, just because they might have other dates. Saturday and Fridays are very, very, very busy like party dates always during the school year, so you kind of have to plan that. Certain DJ companies have like packages, so you can either have like a dancer or an entertainer or just a DJ. You can have lights. I had like the lights, and I had a DJ and 1 dancer, and it was a lot of fun. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I did have a candle ceremony. I had my same centerpiece florist. I don't even know what to call it, but the people that made my centerpieces made my candle like display too, and they put Sammy, and then it had 11 tall candles, and it was super cute, and I just made poems for each person. I'll enter like pictures and stuff, but I made poems for each person I called up, and I lit a candle with them, and it's really heartfelt and a lot of people enjoyed it, so it meant a lot. Now for photographer and videographer, this is like the DJ. You have to kind of plan it 2 to 3 months ahead of time because they might be booked Fridays and Saturdays. Again, it's a very, very busy like weekend thing during school, and a lot of people are booking stuff, so you kind of have to plan ahead. I had only a photographer, I did not have a videographer, but I got tons of pictures. I had a daddy-daughter dance, and I danced with my dad, and then my stepdad, and then my uncle, so you know, you have to decide if you want that too. As for like entrance stuff, I did have hors d'oeuvres the first like 45 minutes or something, because I always dreamed of having a grand entrance. So I had hors d'oeuvres for the first 45 minutes, and I was not outside. I was like hidden away with my VIP, and then I made a grand entrance. And as you guys can tell by the pictures, I came in on like this huge like couch thing, and it was so much fun. All like the guys in my immediate family were holding me up. Lastly, you need to decide on like goodie bags or like take home things. A lot of people do not do this, but I did. I just ordered like a keychain or something, and I put them in these like super sparkly things. It was totally last minute. We did it the night before, and it was horrible. But you know, I mean, you can decide on that and do it, or you can save money and not do it. It's really up to you. But this whole Sweet 16 planning thing, you definitely need to give yourself at least 8 months in advance, I would say, to like really start planning and thinking about it and picking a venue and stuff. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys would like to see more advice, like tips and tricks videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will be sure to do more. If you guys have not entered my giveaway I'm hosting right now, make sure you guys do. It'll be linked right here and in the description box, including the car tour and birthday haul will be in the description box too. But if you guys are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and follow me on all my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!